Hey everybody, Chase here from GeekGamerRadio.com to give you a product introduction, review, whatever you want to call it. Like many of you, I have major issues with my cell phone reception, especially with Sprint. I live in a Sprint black hole, if you will. I get great AT&T service, decent Verizon service, terrible Sprint service. So bad, in fact, I complained to everybody that I could think of. And finally, there's a solution. They're called Femtocells. And what they are, essentially, is you get to pay for the privilege. Doesn't make sense to me, but you pay for the privilege to go ahead and use your broadband internet connection. And you have a little portable cell phone unit. And what that will do is it will give you more signal, more bars, and you won't have those dropped calls, and your calls will actually go through. And people will actually be able to get a hold of you. So, after contacting Sprint, they agreed that yes, my service sucks. And they agreed to send me a Femtocell. So the first one they sent me is the Sprint Airwave, or Airave, I should say. And it's one R, not two, and it looks like this. And the problem with this is, by the way, this works great. It took me like 3 hours to set up because supposedly all you have to do is plug and play. It's self-activating, or your account's supposed to be ready to go. Mine wasn't, so I was on the phone with tech support for like 2-3 hours. And it works. I get full bars with my calls. But the problem is that it doesn't do data. It doesn't do EVDO. And I have a BlackBerry, and so what was going on is it would connect to this, but then it would cut off my data, which is no good because I need the emails for work and stuff. So while this is good, this is actually about 2 years old, actually almost 3 years old now. And so while this is good for maybe if you have a candy bar phone, maybe a non-smartphone where you don't really care about data, this will work. And it works great. I get good coverage throughout the whole house. I got about a 1,500 square foot house, and I get full coverage, and the unit set up here in the far end of the house. So, works good. But, gotta get rid of it. I'm gonna send it back, because they meant to send me this. Much heavier, too. This is the Sprint Airave access point from Airvana. Now, as you can see, it looks different. And no external antenna nub sticking out the back of it. But what this will do is it will give you not only voice, which is a given, but it will give you data. Haha. It actually gives you data, EVDO data. So, not screaming, not 4G, but if you're at home anyway, you're probably using the internet on your computer. So anyway, on the back of the box here, as you can see, it's got all these multiple data ports here. You got your power port, you got your WAN, that's actually what goes into your router. You have 2 LAN ports, so this actually can act as a hub. And also, you got the a VoIP port, so you can actually, if you want to subscribe to a VoIP service through Sprint, I don't know why you would, but you could. Now, one of the things is when you're setting these up, you got to make sure that you have good GPS signal. Now, I was able to get good GPS signal without attaching the external GPS antenna with this. You need it because if you dial 911 from your cell phone, they got to be able to pinpoint you for enhanced 911 service. But really, the box just it comes with the unit, it comes with the power supply, it comes with the Cat5 cable, and that's it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull out of the box, show you what it looks like in the flesh, give you a little bit more closer look at it, and then we'll hook this sucker up, and we'll see if it works as advertised. Alright, so here it is. Here's the Sprint Airvana 2 that allows you to do not only enhanced voice coverage, but it also gives you enhanced data coverage that the Airave 1 did not do. So this is what the front of it looks like. It's just one big solid plastic piece here. On the front, you got your basic lights, and I'll show you when it's all hooked up, but you got your voicemail. If you have VoIP service, it lights up and lets you know if you have it. Also VoIP, mobile light, GPS light, and broadband light. So basically just your basic status lights as well. On the back side, show you this here. So like I said in the previous video, you got a WAN port that you would plug into, and then you got 2 LAN ports as well. So basically, you could use this as a hub, but I won't. I'll just be using it as a just as an extension there. Also, you have a phone jack if you want to do the WAN. Also, you get a little pinhole size reset button, so you can go ahead and obviously, if you need to reset the master settings, and that's where the external GPS antenna will plug in. And hopefully, I won't have to do that. I was able to get good GPS signal to kind of take a further tour of around the whole thing. So that's the front. To kind of give you a profile view, that's how big it is there. Nothing on the back side. And then here's your bottom. You got vent holes all over this sucker. That's one thing that's kind of different between this and the Airave 1. So what I'm going to do next is the next cut you'll see is it actually all hooked up, and we'll plug it in and we'll see what happens. Okay, I just plugged in the Airvana 2, and now it's going through its startup sequence. As you can see right now, the VoIP phone and the broadband lights are blinking. The only thing I did is I plugged it right into the WAN port, so I'm not sure. Maybe both of those blinking lights mean something. Maybe I should read the instructions. So anyway, just plugged it in. That's what it looks like right now. And so we'll cut back here in a minute to see what happens next. They do say in the instructions it could take up to an hour. So let's go ahead and we'll wait. And no, I'm kidding. Through the magic of technology, we'll see what happens next right after this. Okay, so here is finally the Airvana in place and finally all synced up. It took about 3 hours to do that, unfortunately, because of the fact that I had to transfer my account from the old one to the new one. So here it is in place, and when it's all functioning correctly, and if you do not have VoIP, you're going to get the 3 lights here that will green up. So you'll have mobile, GPS, and broadband. I do not have to attach the external. And then I set up my BlackBerry here as an example to show you. There it is right there, folks. Full signal. Bam, 5 bars, which is great. So, and as you could see, I forgot to show you also, EVDO as well, so you get full data. So, if there's anything I can add on this is if you live in a terrible coverage area and you're looking for something better to improve your reception, then look no further than the Airvana by Sprint, the Airwave 2, and improve yourself, improve your reception, improve the data connection. But granted, I have a computer for that stuff, but works for email. Anyway, follow me here on YouTube, Sir Chaos, subscribe, and if you want to hear more about geeky and gaming stuff, head over to geekgamerradio.com. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good one. See ya.